So you're so live on your election command center. Hot Issues is going to come to you shortly, but we're taking you back to the Greater Accra offices of the Electoral Commission because there needs to be some finality with regards to the way forward in respect of the Ablekuma North constituency and the stalemates there at this particular point in time. And so we're continuing for you here on your election command center. We're going to take you back to the Greater Accra offices. You're seeing live feed right now. My colleague Noble Crosby Annan is joined Armstrong Gold Alogbe at the EC's offices, and then we get a bit more details and clarity with respect to what the way forward is. But as we've been hearing from Evans Nimako and then my colleague Armstrong as well, there is a stalemate. 41 of the 62 polling station results, the pink sheets, the NPP provided scanned copies. The Electoral Commission, based on what we're hearing, appeared satisfied with those ones, but 21 of them, there appears to be a disparity in terms of the numbers. And the challenging aspect is that the Electoral Commission does not have the master copy upon which references can be made, and then a determination can be made as to whose figure is right. And so they are waiting a direction or a directive from the headquarters of the Electoral Commission, which then can pave the way for what next will happen with regards to Ablekuma North. We've heard Mr. Nimako, as the Director of Elections for the NPP, say that they do not want to preempt what the Electoral Commission will do because questions have been asked as to whether or not there would be a rerun. He says that they are not interested in preempting the Electoral Commission and possibly what should be happening. All they know and all they are aware of the fact is that they've been able to present 41 of the scanned copies, 21 out of the 62 is in dispute, and so they are waiting the directive or the direction of the Electoral Commission. You're still live here on TV3. We are your election command center. 4 of the disputed parliamentary election results were brought here following the court's ruling yesterday. 3 have been cleared, 1 outstanding, Ablekuma North, and still it looks like there is still no clarity really as to the way forward. Noble Crosby Annan is joining us right now from the Greater Accra officers of the Electoral Commission. We're just seeing Nene Free right now in what appears to be a conversation of some sort between Dr. Sribo Kweku and then the NDC agent as well. But let's try and see if we can get a sense of really what this meeting is about. Noble Crosby Annan is joining us right now. Crosby, can you be able to eavesdrop and help us understand what meeting is happening and which individuals are present during this meeting? Crosby, I'm struggling to be able to understand exactly what you're saying. It's not really audible. If you could perhaps reposition for us slightly so that we can be able to catch the submission, please. Well, let's try and listen to Dr. Sribo Kweku right now, who's seeking to provide explanation as to the way forward.
So the political parties, if they have the hard copy or the soft copy, they should make them available. So that when the two parties have, we will now do the comparisons. Then we know that we'll take the decision. Now, we were left with 62. From the return officer, he will speak. After doing the collaboration with the two parties, they have reduced the 62 to 21 now. So he will need, because the 21, they are not agreeing. It's 20 or 20. They are not agreeing. So he will need time to study them again before he takes final decision. So we will suspend the collation for today to give him time. Then when he's ready, he will call us. Then we'll come and conclude. So I think it's okay.
So, Mr. Obe, what is the actual problem? If you say it's not as in agreement, what is the actual problem?
You see, as we started, I said I don't have the results. It was destroyed during my collation. So they brought sheets, results, and some of the results are in contention. Some of them, you can see mistakes on the sheets that they brought. So I need to confirm.
Is it the sheets that the MPP brought or
the sheets that I have received from the parties? I have to authenticate them.
So if you say you have to authenticate, how are you going to do that?
That is left with me. That one is left with me.
Well, you don't have the pink sheets. How are you going to validate the numbers?
I know my work. I know how I'm going to do it. So that one assured me I'm going to do that work.
How long will this process take?
It will not take more than 24 hours. I will do that work and get back to you. Thank you.
So that's it.
Okay. Can we engage you?
Yes. The presidential.
Okay. So when we came from the beginning, the NDC was saying they have their 62 pinches. And we also said we also have our 62 with scanned and original. So we had original 37 and the rest is scanned. And we agreed that we are going to use the two because the scanned is original scanned. And so it doesn't have any mistake on it. And we agreed to, we have used the scanned plus the original to do all the 41. And then the rest, which is the 42, the rest, which is the 20, when we bring the pink sheets, they say they don't have, if it's in our favor, they say they don't have. And that they have Excel, and that they have Excel. Now, they should mention the Excel that they fed into their computer. Then the Excel, they have actually input our figure for them. They have interchanged it. So if I got 157 on their Excel that they have fed into, the 157, they put it, you know, behind them, beside their collated figure, and then they will bring ours to theirs on their Excel. So the easy ground rules was that everybody, bring your pink sheet, whether soft copy, whether scanned, whether original, they don't care. They will only have to verify. Look at it. It's authentic. It has they have serial numbers. They were not able to produce. They produced what they had. And we even accepted with our scanned copies. Right. Do you understand? So the rest that is left is our stronghold. And that is why they are rejected. Right. So we are waiting for the EC to do their verification. And then we come back.
Thank you very much. And in all this, we've been working together. We appreciate it, but we continue to abide by the EC's guidelines and rules. We are aware that at the commencement of this exercise, the EC said parties must submit to them their copies of the Form 8A from these 62 polling stations. We did. Whether scanned, soft copy, or hard. EC indicated that where there are discrepancies between parties' numbers, the final decision will come from them. We've gone through all the 62, 40 of them have been accepted. It means we are left to 20. EC says we need to give him some time, not more than 24 hours, for this exercise to be done. We will plead with our supporters and other stakeholders that let us respect the rules of the game. We are still advised by the Electronic Transaction Act, and at this point, EC does not disagree that when you have soft copy, it is acceptable form of document that can be used. We are confident that our soft copy and our scanned copy will meet this criteria that has been set by the EC, which is in conformity with the law. We will continue to abide by this, and we thank you very much for your cooperation.
Madam, minus the 20 polling stations left, what are the numbers looking like for you?
Oh, I add minus the 20, we haven't collated. I won this election with 414. So what I know is that 2 plus 2 in the morning is 4. In the afternoon is 4. In the evening is 4.
Thank you.
Definitely will come back.
Thank you.
So, Eric, those were the voices of the NPP parliamentary candidate as well as the Director of Elections of the NPP. Let's now take a listen to what the NDC party agents have to say on this development.
The position of the party still stands. The directive of the party is that we've served the EC with stay of execution of the directive that gave them order to do this. And we've also, so as we stand now, just as my boss, Dr. Kaku, said, as a party, we are no more part of this illegality. But I want to put something on record for you all to know. Even at the constituency collation center in Ablekuma, we had the MPP MC and the EC Director of Election smuggled 2 parliamentary pink sheets into the collation. At that stage, they knew they had lost the election with over 330 votes. That is how come they tried smuggling it. We've had 3 consecutive points of collation. At the constituency collation center, we were able to collate 165. At that stage, NDC was leading the collation. We had the second collation in this office, where we were able to collate 219 polling stations. Again, the NDC parliamentary candidate, Honorable Irabna, was leading. They brought in 25 additional scanned pink sheets, which we didn't authenticate, and the EC did not authenticate either. Even with that illegal 25 sheet, we were also leading. Today, Dr. Nimaku stood in front of the media and told you he has all the 282 pink sheets for Ablekuma North. When we started the collation, you saw them bringing in pink sheets. Today, after he's here saying electronic act. In Ghana, we never use electronic means for collation results. We always use the manual system. Like I said, even with this illegality, you realize they couldn't complete Ablekuma North. They've overturned all the constituencies. Why didn't they overturn Ablekuma North? They brought in illegal pink sheets, scanned pink sheets of 62 polling stations. The EC decided that they will be accepting 42 of their pink sheets. But the rest of the 21 they brought, the returning officer said, no, this is dubious, and he cannot work with it.
So what are the numbers looking like for you, minus the 20 remaining?
Even with these illegal ones they brought, we are still leading them. We are still leading.
What's the difference?
With this, I saw it's a little over 100. I need to be sure on that. You could see they are still not comfortable. I am telling them, if we should have 20 re-collations, we will beat them to it. If they are genuine, we will beat them to it. And this is a constituency in the 2024 election. They beat our parliamentary candidate with over 24,000 difference. 2020 elections, they beat our parliamentary candidate with a 24,000 difference. And today, look at where we are. So please, media, we are very grateful to you. But for you, we will not have this transparency.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We are very grateful to the media. We are very grateful. And we will make sure that your freedom will always be paramount under John Dramani Mahama Act.
So at the moment, your bosses have filed an injunction against this exercise, but there are 20 more centers to look at. So what will be the position of the party agents when they call for the re-collation?
My brother, you asked a very interesting question. You asked the returning officer, how is he going to collate the 21? What did he tell you? Because as EC, you said you don't have any pink sheets. NPP have brought in their scan sheets. And you said we are going to use your experience. Do we use his experience in determining election in Ghana?
No, never.
So this is the question, the media, we are grateful to you. You are asking critical questions. And we admire your impartiality as far as this collation is concerned.
I know your presence.
But
you see where
we still maintain. We still stand by the position of the party.
We will.
Our boss, Dr. Tanko, came in and asked us to leave. So for now, we are leaving. We are grateful to you. My name is Musa Kalam, the constituency organizer.
The constituency organizer for Ablekuma North, speaking there, the entire place is now being deserted because, as is boldly written on your television screen, the Electoral Commission has suspended the re-collation exercise for the Ablekuma North constituency following challenges with being able to validate the pink sheets of some 20 polling stations. And we've heard journalists, my colleague Noble Crosby Annan, put the question to the returning officer and asking specifically how he is going to validate the 20 outstanding polling station election results. But it's looking like he's not been able to provide a firm word as to how he's going to go about it, only to say that he's experienced and he's going to be able to do the job. But that's the situation. 42 out of the 62 polling stations left outstanding in Ablekuma North dealt with, at least from both sides. It looks like there's progress made with regards to that, but 20 still remain outstanding, and it does appear that will have to go on a lot while. And all of this happening with tomorrow in mind, the late hours of tomorrow into the early hours of the 7th of January. These MPs are expected to be sworn in, and then the 9th Parliament will be constituted. Really, where does it leave Ablekuma North with no duly elected member of Parliament elected? Let's take you back to the offices of the Greater Accra EC and then get a few words from my colleague Noble Crosby-Annan as well.
Right, Eric. So it's been a long day here at this office of the Electoral Commission. 4 constituencies. They were here to go through the exercise. At the moment, the Commission has successfully been able to complete 3. Now, the one outstanding is the Ablekuma North constituency, and according to the Electoral Commission, in about 24 hours, they should be able to finalize all the concerns and put a full stop after all of this. The parties are still disagreeing on the numbers being mentioned. I'm talking about the pink sheets as well, being provided for by both the NPP and the NDC. Now, although the Electoral Commission officers for the constituency, they do not have the pink sheets for the constituency, the presiding officer, returning officer, tells me that he's very confident in other ways that he's going to employ to ensure that he comes out with some levels of finality to the Ablekuma North constituency. At the moment, it has all ended here at this office of the Electoral Commission. The officers of the Ghana Police Service are telling us they'll have to lock up the place so that the next time the presiding officer of the Ablekuma North constituency calls on the Electoral Commission that he has been able to validate the numbers and has come to some form of an end, it will be open again for the exercise to continue. So, 4 constituencies, 3 gone, 1 more to go. Although we have just a few hours to the inauguration of the 9th Parliament, which will see 1 of 2 female candidates from the Ablekuma North constituency, 1 NPP and 1 NDC. We do not know who is representing this constituency yet. As of now, with barely hours to the inauguration of the 9th Parliament, tensions arise. You can imagine what is going on in these constituencies. When you go and you speak with the residents, they'll tell you how anxious they are, sitting on tenterhooks. If you speak with supporters of both the NPP and the NDC, they do not know how this is going to end. The NDC party agents tell us that they are leading with about 100 votes. Now, the 100 votes they are leading with, it could turn if the remaining 20 polling stations are calculated. It could go in favor of them or it could go against them. The NPP is also confident that they have already won the elections, and this is only a formality. Mind you that the NDC Director of Elections spoke with us earlier and told us they have secured an injunction on this exercise. So everything that has happened here today is an illegality. Well, we'll see how far that goes and what happens going forward. So, Eric, that has been what has been happening here at the regional office of the Electoral Commission.
Crosby, thank you very much for those details. Noble Crosby-Annan, my colleague at the offices of the Electoral Commission in the Greater Accra region. Earlier on as well, Armstrong Gold, Alogbe, Gordon Asidiba, all present, being a part of the team that is delivering comprehensive details as they come through. And so we have it confirmed. There's a suspension of the re-collation exercise for Ablekuma North, but 4 of those disputed constituencies started off this morning. We have finality on 3, despite the notice of appeal by the NDC and what they say is not the end with respect to these outstanding constituencies. Let's just run you by again the winners of the respective constituencies as announced by or as declared by the Electoral Commission today. Tema Central, Charles Forson declared winner in the Tema Central constituency. Okaikwe Central, Patrick Yalboama has been declared winner. Both instances, Deputy Returning Officer did the declaration. And then Techiman South as well, Martin J. Mensah-Kosa declared victorious in that particular parliamentary race as well. For Ablekuma North, 62 outstanding polling stations, 42 have been cleared, 20 challenges with figures between both parties. The returning officer says, trust me, I will validate these figures and I will do so within 24 hours. The clock is ticking with respect to if he can reach the deadline he set for himself, and if tomorrow, God willing, the late hours of tomorrow really, we will have an MP elect for Ablekuma North. All of that and more we will be finding out tomorrow if you stay with us here on your election command center. There's a lot more that will be unraveled tomorrow if you stay with us, because if anything is to go by, this is not the last you're hearing with respect to these 4 constituencies. We've been hearing from the NDC's Director of Legal Affairs, who says this is not the last. They've served Parliament with these processes, the notice of appeal amongst many others. They are expecting Parliament to adhere to these court processes. What does it mean for tomorrow with respect to the swearing in of these MP-elect? We will find out if you stay with us, but we will bow out at this particular point in time, make way for hot issues with that interesting conversation with Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo, where my colleague Kameni Amano sat with him and bring you the details. I am Mawina Egbeta. Hot issues is next. Please stay with us.